and gentlemen, it's the Big Jiu-Jitsu Show. I am Rob the Lord Humongous, and don't forget we are a member of the Pod Bros Network. So go to podbros.com, find another podcast you might be interested in listening to, or even listen to us there, which is cool too. Joining me today, I have Jonathon Hale as usual. He's the one who writes all of our articles. We enjoy the articles; they're really good. And Jonathon, thanks for being on the show again today.
Hey, every time it's fun for me.
Good. And then also, we have a special guest today. He's somebody who reached out to us. If you guys remember from a couple of shows back, we talked about if you're somebody doing jiu-jitsu and trying to work full-time, we want to hear about your story. So we have Zak Edwards with us today to talk a little bit about his training. So, Zak, thanks for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And, you guys said I'm a special guest, so that makes it all the better, right?
Absolutely.
We're all special in our own sense. That's fine.
Yeah, my mom's
damn right.
Yeah, my mom said I was special, so I'll just go with that, right? I don't know what sense she meant it in, but I think it was good. Imagine it's good.
We hope it's good.
I hope it's good. So, Zak, how about you tell us a little bit about your training and, how you got started? Just give us a real good background on how you got involved in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I think a lot of it started, honestly, was for my job, I have to have a physical because I drive a commercial vehicle. And honestly, my very first physical, I almost failed it due to blood pressure issues.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just kind of like, man, I got to do something. This ain't cool. And so somebody had told me, they're like, oh, there's this place up the road, they got signed out martial arts training. I'm like, all right, I was never one of those. Everybody's always like, oh, I watched the first UFC and all this. And it was never my thing. I was a farm kid and that's all I really cared about. And so I was like, oh, I'll go check this out. It'd be kind of cool and learn how to kick somebody's ass anyways. And the only class I had available with my hours was this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And, going into I have no idea what it is. I'm just like, okay, let's check this out. And, first time I did it, and it was kind of just a free-for-all open mat thing, but it just kind of clicked. And that was a little over 5 years ago now.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's a nice long time to train.
Yeah.
So you currently, what rank are you?
Blue belt.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So you said you're a driver. Are you currently still a driver, or is it, you doing something else?
Yeah, I work on semi-trailers, but I would do it out of a service truck.
Right.
So it's a commercial vehicle. I'm not actually driving the semi themselves, but a big oversized box truck.
So that really cuts into training time, I imagine.
Absolutely. And, it never fails every time you have something to do, like, oh, I got to be at judo at 6:00 and getting ready to leave. And of course, 5:00 driver rolls. Oh, hey man, I got a flat tire. It's like, oh, are you kidding me? Of all nights. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Best way to describe it. What's a typical day like for you then for, trying to get training in and working as well?
Very little sleep. I usually, we'll say the alarm goes off at 5:30. I can't say I, sprang out of bed at 5:30, but, get up, I try to eat breakfast at home, head to work. I got to be here at 7. And then, work anywhere from 7 till 3:30 up until I've pulled, 12s here and there. Tuesday, Thursday, I usually shoot down for judo class at 6 and then gis at 7. I don't really fit very much no-gi in there just because I don't know, I make so many days a week.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and that gets me home, Tuesday, Thursday night. That puts me home 10:30. Grab something to eat, grab a shower, and back at it the next day, man.
Damn. Thought I had
no family, no kids.
We can all sleep when we're dead, right?
Yeah, true. I'd like to sleep now, though. That'd be cool.
Right.
So, Jonathon asks, do you have any family, any kids?
No, I have, we jokingly call him, he's my kid, not my kid, But from relationship from a long time ago, didn't work out. No big deal. But his biological father's in prison, so I got him into wrestling. So that's just my little dude.
Oh, that's real cool.
And I'll take him to open mats with me and stuff. He enjoys it. So, but I just don't have honestly, I don't have the finances to put him in jiu-jitsu as well as myself, plus gas money, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, it surprisingly adds up after a while, especially
absolutely.
Yeah, put the gi on. You need to wear a gi, or you need to. Man, it really does take a financial toll at times. So, man,
yeah,
a lot of respect to you for being able to balance like family stuff, work stuff, and then jiu-jitsu in there as well. I mean, like, I understand the struggle with that. It's amazing. So good on you.
Yeah, and I mean, usually, I always tell everybody Wednesday's usually my night. I just die. I go home on Wednesdays after work, and I die. And you wake up like 9:30, like shit. You're not even sure if it's morning or night.
So who do you train under?
It is what it is, man.
You didn't mention that.
I'm under John Stutzman in Dayton, Ohio, who is he is George Gurgel's very first black belt.
Oh, okay. What's that like? What's his particular style? What do you see that he likes to focus on the most?
Just he's real big on if you're going to play guard, use it to get on top. He just and just pressure. I mean, just unbelievable pressure. And when you're lucky enough to be his Hizuki for the day, it's just complete suffering the whole time. And he's average size, not large by any means, but he gets on top of you. You feel like he's 300 pounds.
Yeah, but you're just a little guy, aren't you?
Yeah, 150-ish.
God,
oh crap! I think my leg weighs 150.
But yeah, like, it doesn't matter how big those guys are. A lot of them have such a good pressure game that they could be 100 pounds and they feel like a Mack truck is parked on your chest.
Absolutely.
Fine.
Yeah.
So then when you get like a huge guy and they do that, hurts even more. But there's nothing fun about the guys with a really good pressure. I mean, aside from learning how to do it, but. Right.
And I mean, I figure it makes you better in the long run if you can survive that in training. Another blue belt does that to you in competition. You're like, oh, I've been here before. This ain't nothing.
Yeah, I had this black belt guy just lay on top of me and try to put my spine through the mat. So this guy, whatever. Don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
So do you compete actively, or do you try to pick them up here and there?
No. Last year is the most I'd ever competed. Just because previous years it was 3 to 4 tournaments a year, and I would just get so nervous beforehand, and then you get out there that first match and you would just adrenaline dump and have nothing left.
That's like
so.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No worries.
So last year, I believe I did 9 tournaments last year. And just trying to spread out a little more. Just doing AGC was the which American Grappling Challenge was kind of the first one I started with, and you get comfortable with it, and you see the same people and everything. So I was like, all right, this year, I did Extreme Grappling Open out in Indianapolis, and did a Naga, did some backwoods tournament down in West Virginia, that was an experience.
When you're done, I want to hear about it.
Yeah. But just trying to just do more and more, just kind of, and the more I did it, I felt more comfortable going into them, to where it was like, okay, I've been here before. You still get nervous, but not to the level I was.
So it's almost like you're like, I kind of found that too. Like I still kind of get nervous before tournaments, but like when I was actively competing, I would get up there and near the end I was just kind of like, oh, it's like rolling. That's all it is. Really hard roll from the descent. Like, didn't really phase me that much, I guess. So I think that's something really good about competing a lot, is being able to take that away from people. Or away from people, but taking that away from the tournament and helping improve yourself if they're just not being nervous or scared. So that this West Virginia, this backwoods tournament. So you said it's an experience. Why is it an experience though?
I mean, I hate to knock how somebody runs a tournament, but it was
rolling.
Yeah, it was cool in the sense it was actually outside under a tent.
Ooh, it actually is kind of cool.
And I want to say it was in August. So any little part of the mat that the sun was hitting, he's just, like stepping on lava. There was jet ski races going on in the river right next to this tournament. And then there was also a beach volleyball tournament going on at the same time.
Wow.
So it was entertaining. There was a lot of people there, but I believe the rules meeting was you can't heel hook in the gi. I think that was the only rule they had. It was like reaping's legal, neck cranks are legal. I mean, it was, we joke and say Naga rules or whatever, or ADCC, whatever.
I get you on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then you just want to go home and take a shower so you don't, I'm going to pick up mat herpes or something. But
yeah, so was there a lot of like carryover from dirt or grass on the mats since it was outside under a tent?
Oh yeah. They were, dead grass. It was something else.
Honestly, that sounds like a tournament I'd love to go to. I need to get the name of this.
Yeah, I would do it again. But I think the schedule I've seen this year, my goal this year really was to do Old Man Worlds out in Vegas, which is, I think, if not the same week, it's a week before or prior to that West Virginia tournament. So probably unlikely this year.
Dang. Well, I was going to say, like, off the air, please shoot me that info, because...
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm going to be outside under a tent with jet ski races and beach volleyball going at the same time while I do jiu-jitsu...
Right.
That's the tournament that was designed for me. Was there like food trucks or like, carny food out there?
Yeah, actually, I think there was, if I remember right. You don't pay too much attention to that because obviously doing a grappling tournament, you're not going to go eat a funnel cake beforehand. But
why? Why not?
I was saying you don't know me very well.
Whatever you're into, guys. I mean, whatever you're into.
I want to be eating a corn dog in the warm-up pen before my matches, and then, I'm sure puking on the mat is an automatic disqualification. But
I think
make corn dog be like, here, hold this, be back in at least 4 or 5 minutes. So, and then go back.
No, I like the idea of it. So maybe we could try that out.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like
that was fun.
The ultimate grappling challenge.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I do know there was
we could mix a competition in with the jiu-jitsu part. Be like, all right, who can eat 30 hot dogs and not throw up?
May have started a new sport there, right?
That's right. We got big guy movement coaches and now competitive eating with jiu-jitsu. We are seriously living up to the big jiu-jitsu name in the past couple episodes we've done.
Happened.
God. So, when I know that it takes a toll on a person when they're, like you said, Wednesday nights, you kind of just die. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like my Friday nights, today is Friday here because it's 5:19 p.m. in Germany right now. So usually my Friday nights are kind of like, oh man, my Friday is over. I'm going to go lay down and sleep.
Right.
So I know it does take a toll on you mentally kind of sometimes with jiu-jitsu. Has there ever been a time you're just like, dude, fuck it, I'm done?
Yeah. No, not done. There's times where it's like, I just don't want to go to class. But no, I don't think I've ever hit that moment where I'm just like, I'm just done with jiu-jitsu. You know, who knows? I mean, they talk about the blue belt blues and everything. I haven't hit it yet, so.
How long have you been a blue belt?
3 years in May.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
It's,
I don't think you're going to hit that.
I hope not. But,
nah, 3 years in is pretty healthy, so you'd be all right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'll say, I
but,
think go ahead.
I think, honestly, I just, I started into, judo 2 years ago, when we opened our school there in Dayton, just because I had never had the opportunity to do it before, and I didn't want to be a butt scooter my whole life. So,
Good call.
The first 3 to 4 months of judo was just, it was so terrifying to me, just being okay with somebody throwing you. And those were the times I had to force myself. It's like, all right, if I leave now, I might get stuck in traffic, so I'll be late to class, so I won't have to do it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely glad I got into that too. I mean, I'm still not a fan of being thrown, but
I don't think there's
that's why you got to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's any way to be a fan. Like, no matter what, it sucks. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
even if they're nice to you. So Wednesday night, I don't think I told this one on the air. I might have, I might not have. I'm sorry, but like, we do judo because Steven does judo, and I just pretty much got I got the worst purple nurple twice, just based on yeah, God. Yeah. So there's nothing fun about it. I mean, there is. Throwing other people is fun. Getting thrown,
right?
Not on my top 10 list, really.
Yeah, we don't have a judo instructor anywhere near me, but every time I picture a class of judo, I always picture the scene where Hulk's slamming Loki back and forth, and I feel like that would be me.
It's pretty accurate, surprisingly. Like I know how he feels. So I mean, when I first saw the Avengers, I'm like, oh, look at him, he's getting slammed, and watched it again recently, and I'm like, I know, I'm sorry, I know how it feels. He didn't even break fall though, so that's his own.
Yeah,
fault.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, stupid, puny god.
So have you been keeping up with the UFC at all? Is that something you like to watch, or you just kind of stick to the grappling aspect?
Most of the grappling. I did. I was looking for Diaz definitely in this most recent fight, but unless it's like a really, a true jiu-jitsu guy, I guess I really just it's not my thing, I guess.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it seems to hit a certain like demographic of of the population. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do you see any of because I know you've been doing this a while as well. Do you see any of this, I guess, carryover from almost like pro wrestling type attitude? Like the Conor McGregors, the Ronda Rouseys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any of that ever carry over to jiu-jitsu in your neck of the woods?
Not that I can really think of. I mean, I guess I've never really had that question asked, but I don't really see it too much, at least not locally.
How big is your school?
We're probably we're actually just recently talking. I guess we're going to be looking for a bigger facility, but I'd say average size class 20 to 30 people.
Wow.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a damn good school.
Yeah.
So plenty of people to roll with. Like, I mean, I'm sure you got your white belts, your blues. You got like purple and browns and black. Well, probably with that school.
Yeah. Actually, Sunday mornings we have an open mat on Sunday mornings, and that is the place to be on Sunday mornings. There's, I think there's been a couple of Sundays. There's been 4 or 5 black belts in there.
Good God.
Oh, cool.
And then on down, and we got such a good group of guys. You just go in there and you got the black belts. Yeah, they try to kill you, but they're helping you to learn at the same time.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine so. Really, good black belts are good, but 4 or 5, that's. I was like, I almost peed myself when we had 3 on the mat at once. I was like, oh my God, like who do I roll with? Do I roll this guy, or this guy? But Wow.
Yeah, but I always get a kick out of it. Like, especially people outside of it will ask you, be like, "Oh, well, you'd roll with a black belt?" I'm like, "Absolutely." I mean, that's it's an honor. Number one, number two, that's going to be the quickest way to learn. I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm just let me go, let me go pick on the brand new white belt that's smaller than me, and it's not doing me any good.
Yeah, there's something to be said about the guys that actively search out the white belts just to beat on them, instead of going and I'd like to fight the toughest person I can. That's what I'd like to do.
Right.
But just hiding behind beating white belts is not is not the best way to get better at jiu-jitsu, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Unless,
but you always have to have your. You always have to have your.
Go ahead.
I say, it seems like you always got those few people in there that have to be the gym hero.
Oh, yeah. That's like the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah. Like, oh,
my favorite
what
part
competition
about
have
the
you
white
done?
belt is that you get to practice your technique and stuff like that a lot. That way, because you're fighting against pure muscle, you might as well say.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that part.
No, I like rolling with white belts. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think there is a way to get better. You get better at jiu-jitsu doing it, like you said. You're rolling with just strength, so you need to, your technique needs to be good. But it's more of like white belts put me in positions I've never seen before, which is awesome. I was just trying to figure out like how the hell did we get here? Like, I just did X, Y, and Z, and now I'm in some funky inverted back take on
the double donkey guard.
Yeah, like how does this even happen? So didn't I love my white belts. They're really like they will try to do anything to win and learn, which is awesome. So that's amazing.
And we've all been there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you've ever said that you've never been a bad white belt, you're a liar. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there right now. Everybody,
you're either a liar or you're BJ Penn. One of the two.
No, I bet BJ had some bad days too, where he just kind of like walked out on the mat and was like, sweep, and then he just gets his ass kicked for an hour and a half.
I don't know. There's some grappling maniacs out there.
Well, yeah, I'd like to think that. I mean, can I feel a little good about myself so that
Yeah.
I feel like maybe there is hope for me at some point. Maybe I can achieve that black belt one day and be a mediocre black belt. I'd be happy with that. So
now you're
sorry, go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, are you a purple belt? Is that correct? Or?
Yeah, I'm a purple belt, and Jonathan's
okay
as well.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I wasn't 100% on that.
No, it's all good. So, I mean, we're right there with you with the kind of the middle of the road. Like, oh shit, jiu-jitsu's getting a little harder now. We got to really take it to it and make sure we, mind our P's and Q's when we do our jiu-jitsu and make sure we're learning and taking care of others. So when you did this transition to blue belt 3 years ago, like, did you find yourself taking on that mentor role to other people in the gym, or you just kind of take like a back seat and just keep learning? I mean, you can do both.
Yeah. I think especially the first year, I was definitely backseat. Like I don't know. There was that year that was the, as white belt. You're like, oh, I want that blue belt. I want that blue belt. I want that blue belt. And then as soon as you get it, you're like, oh shit, I don't know anything, and do I even deserve this? and I think at least for me, you kind of have that mentality of, oh, I'm blue belt now, or white belt's going to be catching. And sure as shit, the white belts are, destroying you still. Especially get, maybe 150 pounds, you get somebody, 40 pounds on you, or a high school wrestler or something. They're still kicking ass.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's something I kind of had to learn myself, is that just the fact that I put my blue belt on doesn't mean I'm no white belt ever for the history of time is ever going to not beat me. Like, there's still that chance. I think what scared the shit out of me, though, was that I was in class one day, and one of the white belts looks at me and asked me a question about the technique, and then I got the deer in the headlights look, I imagine, because I'm like, oh shit, I actually have to be able to answer this, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think I said something that got submitted, so good first lesson, right? Listen to Rob.
Yeah.
He'll steer you in the right way.
And I even had that with I had a few kids and a couple of parents actually at the wrestling for the boy. We'd start just messing around after wrestling practice. And like, oh, you're a blue belt, can I learn a little jiu-jitsu? I went to my professor about it, and I'm like, hey, are you cool with me doing this? I don't want to disrespect anybody. He's like, no, go ahead. And it's like you said, you feel like you know something, and somebody asks you a question like, hey, how do I pass this, guard if he's got his foot here? And you're like, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely it's humbling for sure.
Yeah, it's that's what I was saying. You really need to know your stuff in order to take on that blue belt role of being the mentor. So, do you have any plans for the future? Any future like maybe opening a school one day, maybe making it full time, maybe just anything jiu-jitsu related for the future? Do you have a plan for that, or is it even planned out?
I don't know that it's so planned out. I guess my ultimate goal would be somehow, I don't know if it would be selling soap or D's or opening a school or whatever, but somehow I would love to have it one day where I'm not turning wrenches to finance my jiu-jitsu.
No, I hear you.
I think that would be my ultimate goal.
No, I think that's a great goal to have. I mean, everybody wants to do it, and I think those who really want it are going to be able to do it just the way it is. So before we wrap up the podcast with you, is there anybody you'd like to thank, give a shout out to, or anything like that?
I guess my whole team, they're S&G Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Dayton, Ohio, which actually ultimately we're under SOS Team USA. So we have schools South Carolina, also an affiliate there in Columbus. Yeah, that's it. Professor Stutzman for putting up with my crap for almost 5 years now. And yeah, not to the level where I have any sponsors or anything to thank yet. So
one day soon. Keep doing what you're
doing.
One day soon.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Awesome. Well, hey man, we really do appreciate you coming on and talking a little bit about your jiu-jitsu life there and your daily struggle. Like, not really struggle, but just commitment to do it. So thanks for coming on the show.
I really appreciate you guys having me on here, and I hope it wasn't a horrible interview.
Nah, a good time. I gotta learn about you, and I gotta learn about this awesome tournament that's gonna happen in West Virginia. So
yeah,
I'm stateside. You'll see me there. I will make a trip.
I'll definitely give you the down low on that here shortly.
Yes, this is the greatest day. Screw Worlds. I'm going to this.
Yeah. I don't know. I just need to get that. I need to get that big tournament under my belt. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it'll happen, and the big tournaments are the ones that you actually learn the most about. So,
yeah,
good shit. All right, so Jonathan, you got anything left for the listeners before we head out for the day?
Just like normal. Shout out to the Head Knot Squad. They're heading over for Pans next week. Andrew Wilsey, Adam Arberger, Josh McKinney. I mean, the whole crew, they're all handed over there to mop the mat, so to speak. So, I want to wish them all luck.
Good, yeah. Well, good luck to those guys. Also, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, so feel free to send them. If you go to bigjujitsu.com, there is a contact page. You can send us a message, and we will read it. And maybe if you have a good question, we'll answer it on air. Don't forget, we also are selling T-shirts. We're rapidly approaching selling out of this batch. There will be another batch of both white and black T-shirts coming pretty soon, and also hopefully a rash guard that will be coming out. So you can find all that at bigjujitsu.com. Click the Amazon banner at the top as well. Help support us. Buy something. You're going to keep me from not losing my mind and my wallet running this podcast because we love doing it. I'm not doing it for the money. It'd just be nice. And don't forget to like us, share us, Facebook.com/Big Jiu-Jitsu. Follow us on Instagram, Big Jiu-Jitsu. Follow us on Twitter, Big Jiu-Jitsu. And don't forget to read our articles on BigJujitsu.com. I haven't plugged those lately, so I'm very sorry, Jonathan.
It's fine.
Him and his horde of writers cranking out articles for y'all's enjoyment.
Hey, and if anybody has some topic of some sort they'd like for me or for any of the other writers to cover, feel free to drop us an idea. We'll see if we can cover that and give you some good advice.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And also, we have a couple amazing guests coming up as well, so keep your eyes open and your ears open, and we'll let you know what's going on. I'm Rob the Lord Humongous, and we will catch you all next time.